What's going on, ladies and gents? Your boy Gama back with the lovely
JuJu.
A lot of people ain't gonna like this.
They ain't
gonna like it. But come on in, boys and girls. We gotta get the show going. Like the video, subscribe, all of that good YouTube stuff. You already know we appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
We definitely do. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the all notifications so you don't miss a video like this. But JuJu,
what is up?
A lot of people ain't gonna like this.
They ain't gonna?
That's what it says right there.
Right.
A lot of people. You know what, man? One of the biggest things especially when we were doing like pop the balloon reactions, right?
Yeah.
We always seem to get a lot of pushback when we touched on submission. Ooh. When we talked on a woman being, in subjection to a husband or a head of the household.
Yeah.
It was just like, certain topics rub a lot of people the wrong way.
Sensitive, very sensitive.
Very sensitive. You have people who absolutely subscribe to traditional values. They're not bothered. They get it, right?
They get it, right.
Then you got the modern. The modern, it's like, it's so volatile. There's no baseline. You can take 10 people who say they're modern women, you'll still get 10 different responses. Some of them hate kids. The other ones want kids, but they want the man to take care of it. Yeah. Some of them want to do everything. It's weird, though.
They kind of remix it and create their own version,
all the time. So what we're going to do is watch this clip together, right? And then we're going to discuss why. And you might be able to quickly figure out why a lot of people ain't going to like it. So here we go.
Are you okay being the breadwinner in a relationship?
I'm not the breadwinner in the relationship. You mean any man I'm with?
Yeah.
I'm not the breadwinner in the relationship.
But would you be okay if you were?
I'm not. There's no man I know from you. He got a regular job. He work at a warehouse. I will chip in as he see fit because he's the head. Now, this is the way I was raised. A lot of women not going to agree with me.
No, they ain't going to agree with that.
I'm cool if you don't.
The breadwinner, he has normally, that person has the larger voice in the relationship.
He's a man. He's going to have, this is what
but what
I
if you
believe.
got the money, you making the money?
No, this is what I believe.
Okay.
I believe I am advice and concurrence. Okay. He is the head of the household. Now, this is how I believe. The word did not originate with me. He is the head of the household. People need to start reading Ephesians. That I want to make his life better and easier, but I'm not the head of the household, even if I have access to more money.
Wowzers. Wowzers. Listen, first and foremost, you guys know. You know exactly why we said what we said earlier. You know exactly why a lot of people ain't gonna like it. But y'all do gotta drop y'all comments and let us know if you gonna like it. Do you like it at all? You know what I mean? Don't try to run. Don't run either. Don't leave right now. Drop your comments before you leave, even if you're gonna leave. But no. All jokes aside though, right?
I got a question.
This is serious. What's your question, Julia?
Breadwinner. When did that become a thing? I mean, I'm sure the concept has been a thing, right?
Right.
But like the thing on whoever is the breadwinner has the final say. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know if that ever was a thing. No, I'm not gonna let that rock. I don't think that ever was.
Where it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, or specifically like a husband and wife. Or wife.
That's probably part of the modern, which we're still going through, a modern chaotic system that's always readjusting, redefining. There's no, baseline. But I'm saying the reason why I said I don't think that ever was really a thing is because you don't have anything that is based on, right? There's no.
It's just
an idea. It's just a feeling. Oh, in fact, I'll say this. It's one of the reasons why the whole high value man. Why that definition gets butchered and so many people hate the term.
That's true.
Because a lot of it is simply predicated on how much money you make. That's it. Not your moral conduct, your values, your belief systems, your ethics. It's simply like I make $150K a year. I'm a high value man.
That's
so
it. Yeah,
that's why he was able to be like, look, what about if the woman is making more? See, he's under that impression too. Like, a lot of people have value because of how much they earn and make. So what if the woman make $300,000 and you make $150,000? Is she twice your value? You know what I mean? Could she say hold twice as much weight? You see how ridiculous it gets when you believe or subscribe into that?
Right. You know what? I'm listening to what you're saying, and then I'm trying to understand why that became a thing. As far as regardless of gender.
Right.
But I have to let me know. Okay, this may get me a little in the hot seat, but like the whole feminist movement.
Oh yeah,
it had to have stemmed from that. Like where
a lot of things.
It's like, you know what? We could lead in things. We could bring in more money than our significant others. So therefore, we could wear the pants. We could
whatever
make the decisions.
they think a man is or was.
If we
can do it too.
If we could achieve what men have achieved, then we could, play that role.
I have to put this out as a humongous disclaimer.
What's that?
If you are not a person of faith, you do not follow anything that, as far as a holy book, or you don't have a belief in God, etc., right?
Right.
Then I understand why this discussion is annoying. You know what I mean? Because it's not based on anything other than, it feels like it's based on a bunch of opinions and ideas, right? Yours versus mine. So I see why those people are like, man, miss me with all of that talk.
Yeah.
If you are a person of faith, specifically a Christian, a person who believes in the Christian Bible, any of that, you should not even be debating. You should, seriously, at this point, it's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, is it our word against God's word? And that's how she was speaking. She's like, I didn't originate the word.
Yeah.
So I respect those kind of people who can take a stance. It's not about my feelings. My feelings change every day. It changes all the time. I wanted a steak earlier. I might not even want meat today.
Yeah.
It's just feelings are nonsensical when it comes to things that, that matter.
I'm about to be silly. I was like, you want to have seafood?
See?
But no. But no, you're absolutely right. I mean, oh man, it's such an imbalance. But yes, the whole, it comes down to if you believe in traditional values, really and truly at heart, you should have a belief in God, right? In His word, specifically the Bible, right, where it lays it all out. So,
well, most likely you have a belief in God. I don't think you're going to get to traditional values even without God. You know what I mean?
The reason why I'm saying that you should is because if you don't, and you're still trying, because I've seen this a lot, where they still pull the traditional card, like the men, right? But then they don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to like their relationship with God, right?
Yeah.
So
no, that's true, and I guess that's what I was saying too. In agreement with you is that they go hand in hand.
They do.
You can't have one without the other. You're not just gonna be like, I really truly believe in God. I follow the word, but I hate traditional values. It just, you basically saying you hate what's in the Bible regarding like marriage and how you should approach it, or you're not gonna be like a hardcore modern person, in terms of like not believing in traditional values. But then somehow you but I'm also a person that believes in the Bible. You just may believe in God. You're not applying. You ain't applying and reading the words that's in that book.
And the same goes for women too, like where they want the traditional, they're pulling the traditional card, which again stems from God's word, but there's nothing traditional in terms of like how they act, how they carry themselves, how they respect their husbands, and how they manage the family. It's like everything is, so it's like having the cake and eat it too, or whatever that saying is. Is what that really is. But but
which is the opposite of compassion. Yo, compassion and narcissism. I'm serious. Take those two, and you will eventually see and find out who fits in what. It's not about judgment. You're either going to be on one side or the other. You might be somewhere in the middle. You may be a compassionate person, but you're a little arrogant. But my point is, you will eventually realize those are the two spirits. You know what I mean? If somebody has compassion, you can almost always get along or at least be peaceable. You know what I mean? They're going to able to see like the value in, just having peace and respect. Somebody who's not a narcissist, somebody who is a narcissist, rather, none of that matters. It's my way or the highway. It's what can I get out of this? And it's that simple. You know what I mean? Why would you want to have debates with people that have the wrong spirit? No matter how much you do this, they're going to still stand where they stand.
You know what? Let me say this, because with you bringing up narcissism and, compassion or love, I know a lot of people will probably say in the comment section, or some would say, well, those who talk about, Christ or having faith or being godly, like they don't act like, I know people who go to church and are, religious, and they don't treat their spouse right. It still comes down to that spirit.
That person.
The spirit, the
it has
person.
Nothing to do with God not being able to change you.
Talk on that, because I know we talk a lot about this, where people who don't have, faith, or they don't believe, they would be quick to highlight that, like, I know so and so, these pastors, this, that, and the third. Talk on that. I know that's a really big point.
It goes back to the opinions and the feelings. I get what people do when they do that. Everyone knows a hypocrite, right? However, all that proves is that they're not living in accordance to that standard.
Right.
So in other words, if you're calling someone a hypocrite that's supposed to be a Christian, what you're really saying is you're not following the Bible. It's not about God, it's about that individual. They're falling short of something that they're supposed to be striving to maintain, or at least, come close to. So I will say this, it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, what you do. The organization, the institution, there's always going to be compassionate people and narcissistic people. Period. So you will always find someone who's living what they would consider a double life. Someone who's not really what they appear to be. And then you will always find someone who's like the unsung hero, right? They doing 100 things. You don't even know they doing anything, but they keeping the whole show afloat, etc. Listen, man.
It goes.
That's
it. Goes
it.
Deep.
So even this discussion, a lot of people ain't gonna like this. What I respect, right? And that was who? Shirley. I can't remember her name. But I know she's been on one of those shows,
The View.
TV. Stuff like that. She just has a certain standard that she lives by, but also it's something within her. She doesn't have a narcissistic spirit. If she did, she wouldn't be speaking.
Like that.
She would be like, man, I'm tired of submission, and I don't want to listen. I could do it myself. Your spirit, man, reveals the kind of energy you put out. So that's why I don't really care about people's titles. I don't care about nothing that's surface. Because you can just hide behind those things, but you can't hide behind your actions. Your actions is what show and prove what's in your heart, what's in here. So you got to focus on that. When people talk a good game and they say good things, that's fine. But if the actions do not match, that's it. Stop believing this part. So with that said, though, we really want to know in the comments below, where do you guys stand and why?
With this,
because there's no judgment, by the way. That's why we put out the disclaimer. If you're not a person of faith, we understand and see why you would dismiss all of this. So that's why we ask. It's not about one person hating the other. Just where do you stand and why?
Oh, and another point or another question to ask is, if you are not a person of faith, do you see any wisdom in this type of dynamic or this type of relationship? Right. Do you? Yeah, that's a great point.
And would you subscribe to that for any reason? You know what I mean? What's the benefit if you're not a person of faith? Or, if you just feel like, hey, man, it helps to pay the bills or whatever.
It helps keep order. Or,
keep the light on, you know what I mean? But drop your comments below. Let us know. And we having fun. We doing different things. So we really want to see what y'all think about this. And really, though, how did this make you feel? Did it make you mad, or did you feel like, I agree, or otherwise? But be back for more. We will have that for sure. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, hit the all notification. You won't miss a video like this. And your boy Gama signing out with the lovely
JuJu. Peace.